Does anyone else love when you watch a film and it just leaves you thinking about it continually afterwards? Personally, I love this feeling, knowing that the media I just experienced has my brain by the balls and there's nothing I can do about it until I've thought about it enough to the point where it's understood, processed, and I can finally move on with my life. That's what this newly released indie film, Angelic Kitty Miracle Chan, has done for me, and why I've made the effort to comment on it like this. The film is 7 minutes long, and you can watch it for free on the creator Colin Armistead's YouTube channel. I greatly value and respect independent filmmakers and would like to urge you to watch the film and form your own opinion on it before hearing mine. If you're not going to do that, however, I will be covering the entire film, so this review should be pretty simple to follow anyways. So, what is this movie? The description on YouTube states, Alex's obsession with their favorite anime character, Angelic Kitty Miracle Chan, offers them a chance to experiment with their sense of identity, but things don't go exactly as planned. So, off the bat, we have a protagonist with an ambiguous gender who's obsessed with this anime, and their character arc is about struggling with their identity. I'm on board with this premise. There aren't really any characters I can think about that are quite like this. It's very modern and realistic. I greatly appreciate the effort to portray this sort of person depicted on screen in a cinema sort of setting. As a transgender woman myself, I can kind of relate to this character, and I have a lot to say about this particular depiction of someone who struggles with their gender identity. But before I do that, I'd like to break down the movie first. So, as soon as you click play, you're greeted with an anime opening for a fictional show called Angelic Kitty Miracle Chan. This is where the title of the film comes from. This anime was animated entirely by Colin, and I find it very impressive. You can see the sheer amount of effort and detail put into making it look like an actual anime that you'd see air on TV. The opening with the lyrics introduces and explains why our protagonist Alex is so obsessed with it. As in a sort of meta way, the protagonist of this anime is an androgynous boy who watches the Miracle Chan character on his computer before receiving her iconic cat bell, which literally phases through the monitor screen. This bell allows him to go through a magical girl-esque power-up transformation scene where he literally becomes Miracle Chan. The lyrics of this song convey a clear message. Being a cute girl is a special miracle, and wanting to be one is that sort of inherent power that makes this miracle a possibility. Reality is where the viewer is taken next. We get to see Alex in their room watching the anime on their laptop while also reading a tutorial on how to shave their legs. The actor that plays Alex really looks like someone who would be clocked as being a closeted, nerdy, autistic trans girl who hasn't gotten access to estrogen yet. And I think that's awesome. I overall find Alex's appearance to be very realistic. I greatly appreciate Ben Knight's performance as Alex in this film, and the way they act and the way they look, it keeps me engaged the whole time. The establishing shots feature images of uneaten food around the room and anime merchandise of real-life characters like Hatsune Miku, as well as VTubers like Korone and Okayu. The fictional merchandise of Miracle-chan is also everywhere, and it will continuously be shown throughout the film. It immediately conveys this obsession Alex has with her right off the bat, and I love that. I really love this attention to detail, and I think that it is one of the best parts about this film, because now I have a really clear understanding of what kind of person Alex is. Anyways, focusing on the plot, Alex shaves the hair on their legs and fucks it up, like, horribly, causing them to bleed. It looks sad, but we immediately move on to the next scene, where they're in a university classroom, posting on their Tumblr about how bored they are. I found it interesting how we can briefly see Alex scrolling over their own Tumblr profile. I think this hints at them thinking about their own identity, finding comfort in seeing themselves so associated with Miracle-chan online. The obsession with Miracle-chan is continually being conveyed until suddenly Alex is put in a situation where they have to interact with someone else, a person who has a history with Alex, a girl with black and blue hair named Anna. I feel like making her character have blue hair indicates that Anna is more progressive. She comes off as the type of girl a socially awkward person struggling with their gender identity would rather have in their social circle. Anyways, Anna expresses her frustration with Alex's antisocial behavior and invites them to hang out with some friends later in the evening. Alex denies this opportunity to socialize and states they don't want to go because they're busy with quote-unquote stuff, not wanting to reveal that they are spending their time obsessing over this anime and also trying to feminize themselves, which is what we the viewer just saw. Anna is obviously frustrated and makes a mean joke about Alex being antisocial to jerk off, and then we cut to the next scene. The scene is really brief. It's Alex just walking home. The camera is at this uncomfortable distance. The shots here feel almost voyeuristic, and I enjoy them. Anyways, a cardboard box is on the floor and Alex takes it inside their room. As they start to settle down inside, Alex closes the blinds of their room, communicating that they don't want to be seen doing what they are about to do. This potentially indicates Alex feels ashamed of themselves. They open the package to reveal that it's a Miracle-chan cosplay that was ordered online. And we get this uncomfortable scene where Alex tries to put the dress on, but they can't seem to fit into it, quickly giving up on wearing it properly, settling to let it hang off their shoulders. Proceeding forward, Alex opts to complete their outfit by putting on the Miracle-chan Kigurumi mask, which looks pretty well made actually. Then, Alex's smartphone suddenly gets a text from Anna. She's inquiring if Alex is going to the aforementioned gathering. This phone notification seems to be the cause of a projector in the room suddenly turning on, loudly playing the Angelic Kitty Miracle-chan opening theme and illuminating Alex in their dark room. This causes them to quickly remove the mask and scurry to the projector to turn it off. We are then left with this extremely depressing shot of Alex hunched over, staring forward in silence. Camera focuses on their back and shoulders hanging out of the cosplay, masculinizing their appearance. The projector feels like it might as well have been a mirror that illuminated Alex's appearance, making them self-aware and unsettled by what they see. I feel like this shot is what the whole project was for. This is the climax of the story. We then suddenly cut to Alex outside. It's nighttime, and Alex is throwing the Miracle-chan cosplay away in the dumpster. The scene then transitions to Alex seemingly at the entrance to Anna's social gathering. We can hear music and what sounds like people having fun. The camera lingers as Alex stares forward, considering the decision of whether or not to join the others and have fun at the party. The final scene of the film, which is also the thumbnail on YouTube, shows our journey with Alex ending with them back in their room, alone and in the dark. They're laying down next to their laptop and pressing play to once again watch Angelic Kitty Miracle-chan, and that's it. Cut to credits, the movie's over. After finishing the film, I was left with a lot of different thoughts and emotions, and I just had to write them down, so I'll share them with you now. So here's what I wrote right after I finished watching the movie. I will read it verbatim. What the fuck was that? I feel so puzzled by this film. I struggle to understand what it's trying to say or what Colin's intentions are. After watching, I had to look into what kind of person he was, because the film felt like it was almost critiquing the idea of feeling like a girl inside, and I just don't know. Colin is present on other social media sites like Tumblr and Twitter, and judging by his profiles, he looks like a regular cisgender guy. He's seen and was likely inspired by I Saw the TV Glow, and he seems to post gay and artsy moe anime stuff. My point is, I don't think this film was made out of hatred or transphobia. It rather seems to be made out of a place of empathy towards people like Alex. I don't know, but maybe Colin or someone he knows went through a similar journey, wanting to be a cute anime girl, failing and continuing to repress, not moving forward in life at all. I'm really not sure why else this movie would exist, because it could have ended with Alex deciding to give up on being the anime girl and going outside to hang out with friends, and that would make it extremely clear that Alex's obsession and questioning of their gender identity is wrong. It could also have been written with Alex putting on the cosplay, feeling good, and deciding to socialize and hang out. ultimately being rewarded for their obsession and feeling more comfortable with themselves and their identity. The ending that Colin gives us is so weird to me because after we see what I'd say is Alex making progress in understanding their identity by throwing away the cosplay, we immediately end with Alex back in their room, obsessing over this same anime about being a boy that turns into a girl. It makes me feel like I'm missing something here. Are we commenting on otaku culture and obsessing over anime, or are we commenting on gender identity struggles? Both of these issues can be isolating and lead to depressing living circumstances like we see in the film, and I can see the appeal of commenting on both at once. It is true that a lot of transgender girls are lonely nerds that enjoy anime, especially closeted ones. I kind of am one, I've been one, and I know a lot of other people that are just like this. In my opinion, this film existing proves that this type of person exists, and I love that it does that. But I wish it had something more to say about what it means to have this experience, besides something like, here's what it's like to be a repressing transgender woman with anime flavored autogynephilia. It's depressing. The shots of the dishes and food left out, the uncanniness of Alex constantly surrounding themselves with these images and merchandise of Miracle-chan, and Alex bleeding from incompetently shaving their legs, are signs that the director is portraying living like this is not something to be desired. In a way, the scene of Alex putting on the cosplay is this demoralizing mirror version of the magical girl transformation scene in the anime. However, instead of turning into a girl, Alex is still themselves and hasn't changed at all, actually. It's just sad. It makes me feel like all of this effort was a complete failure, and Alex won't be able to make any progress with embodying their gender identity as they see fit. I personally found this message to be unsatisfying, and I yearned for it to have more depth. This is what I said a day later. Okay, so some time has passed. At this point, while writing the script, my thought just kind of ended at that last part, and I took a break to sleep. When I woke up, I discovered that there was actually an interview with Colin, the director, and Phoebe-chan, the one who played Miracle-chan. And for me, it cleared so much up about the thoughts and intentions about this film, helping me feel less puzzled with it overall. It's in like a scientific journal, written like a study or some shit, and the information here actually adds a lot to the film. I'll leave a link in the description so you can read it. I highly recommend you do, it adds so much. So in this interview, something that immediately stood out to me was the confirmation that Colin, the director, is not a cisgender man, and is actually gender fluid, using feminine and masculine pronouns. Holy shit, was this a game changer for me, because it confirmed that Angelic Kitty Miracle-chan as a short was indeed based on personal experience involving the struggle with one's gender identity, repressing, and not making much progress. This outcome is so much better than the possibility that initially loomed in my head, where the film was made by a cis guy who just thought the trans femme experience was kind of neat, and they wanted to try to portray what they imagined the suffering of this sort of experience would look like. The interview makes it clear that Colin loves anime, the culture surrounding it, and has firsthand experience in the struggle of viewing anime as a beacon of an ideal, cute gender identity that is ultimately unrealistic and unattainable. Colin states that he wanted this film to be a critique of how we consume anime and media in general by portraying an unsuccessful failure of a single day in someone's life. Thinking about it now, I deeply respect this idea a lot. And while I think we were close, I think the mark was ultimately missed. I think my biggest issue with this film is still that Alex is such a static character, and the scene where they throw out the cosplay was their only moment of progression. It seemed like they were going to move on from Miracle-chan, this character that has been mocking them for the entire duration of the film, being this image of an identity that is impossible. When the movie ends with Alex watching Angelic Kitty Miracle-chan again, it feels like that character development is just being ripped away from us. Like, I think it would have been fine if Alex regressed again as a character, choosing not to socialize and watch anime. But it should have been literally any other form of anime media, in my opinion. You literally had a VTuber work on this, We could have had Alex watch a Phoebe-chan stream at the end and maybe engage with the online community there. This would have shown that Alex's escape to anime is still hindering their personal life, but they at least actually understand that Miracle-chan is a fucking fraud that makes them worse off. The fact we get teased with the character development and then get it taken away is a narrative decision I think just sucks. I really don't like it because I think it, like I said earlier, removes the depth that could easily be there. Also, just a random nitpick, Kigurumi masks, you know, the thing that Alex had for the cosplay. I think those are really cool actually. Like this Hatsune Miku one, for example, fucking awesome. I love this shit. And I think that this short kind of portrays Kigurumi as being this creepy, too far gone sort of thing, and I just didn't like that personally. So that's just a little nitpick. But yeah, that's all I wrote. Anyways, that's about all I have to say about this movie. I'm glad it exists, and I think it's amazing that a lot of people can feel seen and feel less alone in their struggle thanks to its existence. I discovered this movie thanks to it being pretty controversial online, so let me know if you loved it or hated it, and if you appreciated my review. I have a massive video I'm working on about pet play in the trans femme community, and it is easily the most ambitious project that I have worked on for this channel. I've been struggling with my life and motivation and stuff, and I'm also pretty mentally ill, but I'm hoping getting this smaller video out will help give me some momentum to keep working on the things that I need to do. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you whenever I post next time, and yeah, bye, nya.